Do you run a chamber of commerce? If so, you know how challenging it is for a lot of your members to have a comprehensive benefit package.
That's right. We are Shannon and Michael. We're with Healthcare Genius and we're experts on all things healthcare, retirement, and benefits. So we wanted to create this video so you had the opportunity to share with some of your members, small business owners, how to combat some of these challenges. The first thing that we want to talk about is health insurance. This is something that we hear from our small business clients all the time, that until they really know what their options are, it can be really confusing and really frustrating. So Michael, what are a couple tips that you have for small businesses and how they should manage their healthcare benefits?
Yeah, I think it's important, first of all, if it's just a small business owner themselves, then it's kind of looking what their options are. Obviously, they can go to the insurance exchanges. Depending on their income, they may be able to get a subsidy on that. If they have employees, then they can be looking at a group plan as an option. There's also a new benefit that's going to be available to a lot of small employers, and that's an HRA, or a health reimbursement account. That's going to allow companies to set aside money into an HRA, and then employees can take those dollars and use that to buy health insurance out in the marketplace for individual health.
And these dollars are not taxable, which is huge. This is kind of a new thing, so a lot of small business owners don't know that it's an option. They think it's group health or nothing. And so this is a really good tool that everybody should be aware of.
The other area that small employers should be aware of is Medicaid. Medicaid, for a lot of, depending on which state you're in, for a lot of your employees may be an option if they don't make enough money to qualify for a subsidy on the exchange, or if they have children in a family. Sometimes they can still fall under those income gaps to be able to be covered under Medicaid, which can give them a very nice safety net in a lot of cases.
And for an employer, for a small business, whether or not they can actually contribute dollars to help their employees, we believe it's really valuable to educate your employees on what their options are. We're experts in that, so we've actually put together some resources specifically on this topic that you can find and link in our description below. And that's just an easy way for employers to know their options and to give their employees information on what their options are.
Yeah, the second area that we think is really important is disability insurance. For those small business owners, a lot of times they're not aware that there are policies that they can purchase that will protect them if they can't work. And as a small business, oftentimes, if they're the only person working, then their income is their family's livelihood. Know that there are a lot of different options. Even if you're just getting started out, there are some insurance companies that will let you project what your income will be. So if you're just taking that deep dive from leaving, a company and now you're going to go out on your own and start a business, there's still ways that you can get protection depending on the insurance company. So disability definitely is another area to look at.
That's right. You can provide disability to your employees or for yourself as an employer. There's also such thing as individual disability policies. So if that's something that you want to make your employees aware of, if they want to buy their own insurance, that's an opportunity as well, just to educate and give them all of their options.
Yeah, peace of mind, I think, mostly. Life insurance becomes another big aspect of a comprehensive benefit plan. We talk a lot about the different types of insurance. You can create an insurance program that will protect your family really on almost any budget. And then compounding that for a business owner is maybe if you have a partner or partners, is making sure that you've got key business insurance, key person insurance, or even buy-sell insurance should one of your partners have something happen to them that might trigger a buyout clause or trigger a payment from the owner who is still working.
And the big kind of takeaway we want you to think about when it comes to life insurance is that needs change quite frequently. And so make sure if you do have a policy, you are reviewing that often. You should be able to right now know all of the components of your policy. And if you don't, it means it's time for a review. We're happy to help you with that if you need. If not, make sure you sit down and look it over and know all the facts.
And one final point on the life insurance side is a lot of policies today have living benefits. And if you purchased your policy 10 years ago, you probably don't have those benefits on there. But today's policies, a number of them have living benefits, which means that if something happens to you that you don't pass away, but you get really sick, could be cancer, heart attack, stroke, that you can actually access part of those death benefits to, again, pay for health care. Maybe it's to trigger a buyout, to any of those needs that might be there. Living benefits are definitely something that should be a part of your insurance coverage today.
So the next piece that we want to talk to you about is concerning retirement. Everybody has a different retirement plan, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for your employees, or whether it's for your family. A big piece that is missing for many is, how are you going to pay for healthcare costs in retirement? That's something that you should be thinking about now while you're working and while you can prepare for it.
That's right, Shannon. A lot of people don't realize that Medicare is means tested, meaning the more money you make in retirement, the more you will end up paying for your health care. In some cases, 3 to even 4 times as much than somebody who is not in that means testing bracket. And that's today. When we project things going out further, the situation just gets worse for people who are younger.
The last piece that we want to talk about is really a big hole in Medicare, and that's long-term care. Many don't realize that Medicare does not cover long-term care expenses. An example of long-term care expenses would be a nursing home or home health services where somebody comes in and helps you around the house. And these can be really, really costly and, again, are not covered by Medicare. So you absolutely should be prepared to pay for these costs without having to spend down your assets and completely ruin your retirement plans. There are long-term care policies, there are life insurance policies that have long-term care riders. There are plenty of options. Even life insurance policies with living benefits sometimes can cover some of those needs. But studies show that up to 60% of us will need some form of long-term care at some point in our lives. So it is a real problem, and it is something to think about.
Yeah, and Shannon, as a business, depending on how you're structured, if you're a C corporation, you can actually deduct the entire premium for long-term care policies from your taxes. So that's one area. And then if you have key employees and you're an S corp or another pass-through type of organization, for your key employees, you can provide that benefit to them, and it's not taxable to them and deductible to you. So when you're thinking of long-term care, there's some really great tax advantages to providing that for yourself and for your employees.
Yes, that's one of the reasons it's a great retention tool, and another is just because of the sheer need. There's a recent study that shows long-term care is the #1 need as identified by employees that's not being met by their employers in terms of benefits. So huge opportunity there.
Finally, on that note too, for an association, which would be a chamber of commerce as we talk, we do have some plans that will offer discounts to chambers and associations. So another area that not only can you help your members, but you may be able to provide them a discount on what their plans would be.
That's right. We know that for small business owners, there can be a lot of confusing elements and a lot of frustrating elements when it comes to creating the right benefits plan, protecting yourself, planning for retirement. And so what we've done is we've put together a marketplace where you can go look at your options and just find more information on what the best plan is for you. Check it out. Check out our other videos. We have lots of videos on healthcare and retirement that could be helpful to your business owners and to their employees. And make sure you subscribe to our channel and like our videos.